I bought a house for myself instead of my golden child sister, and my parents lost their minds. I always knew my family had a favorite, and it wasn't me. Emily was the golden child who could do no wrong, while I was the backup plan, expected to be responsible and make sacrifices. Growing up, Emily got newest clothes, private tutors, and dream vacations to Europe. I got lectures about hard work and independence. At 16, I was flipping burgers at a roadside diner while she prepared for her summer trip abroad. When I brought up the unfairness, my parents told me I needed to understand priorities. Translation: Emily's future mattered, mine didn't. So I learned to fend for myself. I worked through college, lived in cramped apartments, and skipped nights out while classmates partied. Every paycheck, I put something aside, building a safety net because no one would catch me if I fell. After graduating, I opened a small auto repair shop. The first year was brutal, but by year 5, I was making steady money and could finally think about buying my own place. My parents knew about my house hunting dreams. Every time I mentioned it, they'd smile and shift the conversation. Emily's been struggling so much. She just needs a little help. It would mean so much if she had a stable place to live. The message was clear. I was supposed to fix Emily's struggles. Never mind that while I pulled 16-hour shifts, she was living her best life with vacations and designer handbags. Then I discovered they'd been funneling my financial help directly to Emily's lifestyle. Over the years, I'd covered my parents' unexpected bills, only to notice my mom's new handbags and my dad's fancy watch. Everything changed when I overheard a conversation at their house. Walking past the kitchen, I heard my name. "I'm sure he'll do the right thing," my mom was saying. "He's responsible. He's been saving for years. It only makes sense." My dad agreed. "He can't expect her to struggle. He's her brother." They had a plan where I, without ever being asked, would buy a house not for myself, but for Emily. They assumed I'd just go along with it. The next morning, Emily called, bubbling about a perfect 3-bedroom house she'd found. She mentioned she'd let me crash in the guest room if I ever needed a place to stay. She didn't mention having a plan to afford it because she didn't need one. In her mind, this was already settled. That was it. I wasn't playing along anymore. The very next day, I did exactly what they expected. I bought a house, just not the one they had in mind. I didn't tell anyone. I found a place I loved, put down my deposit, and signed the papers. It was mine, the first thing in my life that was truly mine. While setting up my kitchen, my phone exploded with missed calls and messages. Then I saw the text, "Why did we hear from the realtor that you bought a house?" Within hours, my parents were at my door looking like corporate executives ready to discuss my breach of contract. 20 minutes of accusations, guilt-tripping, and weird family speeches followed. Then came the ultimatum: transfer the house to Emily or be cut off from the family. I told them I'd think about it, not because I would, but because I wanted them out. That night, Emily accidentally sent a message to our family group chat instead of whoever she was talking to. A detailed plan about how she and my parents were going to break me and keep up pressure until I caved and handed over the house. There it was. Confirmation this wasn't about fairness. It was a coordinated takedown, so I made a decision. I wasn't going to argue. I was going to show them exactly how done I was. First, I secured my accounts and consulted a lawyer. Then I went on social media with a simple post, just a picture of my house with the caption, "Finally home. Worked hard for this, and it's all mine." Friends congratulated me while Emily had a meltdown. She started a GoFundMe titled, "Help Emily Get the Home She Deserves," painting herself as the struggling sister whose cold-hearted brother refused to help. The donations? A grand total of $20. That's when I dropped the real bomb. I posted screenshots of Emily's accidental text where she openly admitted to planning with my parents to pressure me into giving her my house. No commentary needed, just the receipts. The internet did the rest. People called her out. Friends who'd blindly supported her went silent, and she deleted her GoFundMe within hours. My parents even threatened to sue me for causing Emily emotional distress, but my lawyer barely held back laughter. The case had zero chance. Eventually, the legal threats dropped, the guilt trip stopped, and Emily went radio silent. For the first time in my life, I was free from their manipulation.